really pleased and privileged to be the Reading manager now. And answering your question, yes, we've got to have a belief and we've got to have a desire to take one game at a time and make sure this football club remains in the Premier League. That's what I've come here to do.
Well, my next question was going to say you've got a pretty impressive CV. Why Reading?
It's a good football club, first and foremost. I was impressed when I met the owner. I was impressed when I met Nick. It's a good football club. I've met Sir John over the years, and I've always known that Reading is a very, very good football club. And when we look at it, we're in the Premier League. We've got to make sure that we remain in the Premier League. But there's stability here, there's a future looking forward, and I'm excited about the prospect of being here.
Nigel, you can't talk about the facts of the departure from Southampton, but just describe your emotions going from the dismissal there to getting this job back in the Premier League.
As you rightly said, Fraser, I can't talk about the situation that's gone on there. That's in the hands of the League Managers Association. But I'm just looking at the future now. That's the important thing. We look to the future.
The emotional change you've gone through.
It's been great. I've had 2 months out, and I've gone around Europe. I've gone and seen different things, and I'm excited about the future now. I'm a football man. I'm passionate about playing football. I'm passionate about all things that go on in football, and we're in the Premier League. We're at Reading Football Club, which is an excellent football club. I know the supporters are good. We had great rivalry last season. Reading were the champions of the Championship. They're in the Premier League and they're in there fighting. And they've got a good spirit amongst themselves. They always have done. And I'm looking forward to getting amongst the players and looking to the next game, which is Arsenal on Saturday.
I think Nigel is here, so definitely we're happy. And to be honest, that's the only thing that I want to talk about is Nigel, because Nigel is here. Nigel is the man for the job. I'd like to stress that it was a really difficult decision for me to do. It was a really difficult decision, and just personally, because I have a good relationship with Brian, and I think he's a great person. So it was a really difficult personal decision to do, but I thought it's the right time to move forward. I just want to say that there was always a budget. That's it. That's the only comment I want to do. And I thought that we should have done more in January.
You should have done more in January, and you yourself did not give Brian enough funds.
Huh? You
yourself admitting you did not give Brian enough funds.
No, I thought we should have spent more.
You feel if you had spent more, you would be definitely staying up?
Well, as you all know, we've tried to sign players, but I thought we should have been a bit more active.
What Reading would have set out to do at the start of the season is to make sure that they're still in the Premier League. I want to be in the Premier League. I'm sure everybody does. This football club worked so hard to get here last season. Unbelievable. I mean, to come back from losing out in the playoffs to then go and achieve what they're going to do is remarkable. We're not just going to throw that away. We're going to keep building on the great foundations that are here at this football club, and we're going to have a positivity about everything we do. And that's the next game that we've got at the weekend against Arsenal. Always going to be a tough place to go, but it's a game that we should go and relish. The supporters want to see the team winning. They've been used to winning over the last couple of seasons. Maybe it's a tough league, the Premier League. So maybe the amount of victories haven't been as many as what we've been used to over the last couple of seasons. But I know all the supporters at Reading, they've loved being in the Premier League. They've worked so hard to get here. They're going to love the remaining 8 games. And I think everyone's got to be together, get behind the players, get behind the football club, get behind the owner. And we've all got to pull in the same direction to give ourselves every opportunity, because it is a tough ask that we're looking at now. And we're not going to hide away from that, but we've got to have belief. And it's amazing if everyone pulls together what can be achieved.
As I always said, I wanted to be an established Premier League club. If we'll be in Premier League, then we can develop club off the field, which is important. Obviously, started working on the infrastructure, which I think is important. But it's all about the Premier League, to be honest. I think we'll discuss this, but definitely Nigel is the manager, so it's going to be his input that's going to be critical. So we'll definitely sit down and discuss what we need to do to make the squad better. But that's the only thing that we will be focusing on, which is to make our team better. I think what's been tough in the summer is that we didn't have any scouting at all. So we only could go for whatever we knew we wanted to go. The idea was to bring players in the summer and then do more in January. We tried to sign very big players in January, but we weren't really successful. I thought we should have done a bit more anyways, but we didn't. The most important thing for me is to look after this football club, and that's the critical part of it. You've probably seen the financials for the last season, and we didn't do too well. So that's the most important for you to understand.
It's a great football club, great players to work with, fantastic spirit, fantastic camaraderie. Brian didn't have a bad word to say about the football club, and that was instrumental. So that's, he's always going to be welcome here. I think everyone knows that for what he's gone and done, and he's a top man. And I've had to think long and hard and make the right decisions. I'm very happy with the decision that I've gone and made to join Reading Football Club. It's very positive. I know I'm going to get a good relationship with the chairman or the owner and Nick. All being well with all the supporters and everybody working hard together. We want this football club to be in the Premier League, and we want to keep building on the great work, the foundations that have been here, and we look to the future. I think that's the most important thing now. We keep looking to the future and keep building on the good work that's gone on here at Reading.